Now also, I actually went and tried to purify Raikou in the daycare. Cost me a little bit of money, but it was actually more efficient than trying to grind for its heart gauge normally. I think this is the one time in the whole playthrough that I used the daycare, but that's basically how it works. Shadow Pokemon will gradually have their heart gauges regained while they're in the daycare. So, let me just quickly check to see how much heart gauge Raikou gained. Yep, it's already fully purified, and Modest Nature, wow! Okay, that's actually really amazing. So, I don't end up using this Raikou on my main team. I actually think that my past self wanted to save it for potentially... I mean, I know that it likely doesn't have any perfect IVs, but my past self maybe wanted to save it for actually training it up, like, fully Eevee trained, because Modest Nature on Raikou is definitely not bad. It's actually one of the best natures that it can have, so that's pretty amazing luck there. Also amazing luck in the fact that Modest Natures really like the daycare, so that aided in purifying it quickly. So let's go ahead and purify the third legendary beast now, and I have all three of them in the team together. Though that won't last, I don't end up using Raikou permanently. Those fangs look very dodgy. Back to Pokemon Colosseum. It's finally time to take on Cipher's final base, but before we do that, there are a few preparations that I want to do. Firstly, you might notice that I still have quite a lot of Pokeballs on me. I want to buy some more. I also want to buy some healing items. You definitely want a lot of them going into this next area. And I also want to go ahead and buy a few TMs, especially with some of my battle points. So, at this point, I've done Area 6 of Mount Battle and have a little over 4,000 battle points. So that's enough to get me one of the TMs. And I forget exactly which I get, I'll show that in a bit. Firstly, we're going to go ahead and buy some Pokeballs, but I'll just say that I haven't actually shown Area 6 of Mount Battle yet. I'll show that when I get to doing a montage of Area Leaders 6 to 9. I'll do 10 in its own video. But I do areas 7 to 9 right before the final battle for my final grinding session, so I'll be uploading that eventually then. But anyway, just know now that I have done Area 6 at this point. Also, Willie's not ready for a rematch. Now, I'm heading to the Under, both because it has some of the best selection of healing items, and also the TMs that it has. I might want to buy some or more of those, we'll see. Also, if you look closely, you'll see that the Pokecoupon icon next to my Pokecoupons is bronze. You actually get a different Pokecoupon icon based on how many you've earned. It starts out as a dull green, and it's now bronze. I think you can eventually get silver and gold, but I forget exactly how much you need for those milestones. It doesn't really do anything, it's just for bragging rights. Anyway, heading over to the Under shop now, I believe. Kind of weird how the music down here is still really ominous, even though we've defeated Cipher. But anyway, yeah, we heard this story before, but you might want to remember it for later. But anyway, we can buy some full restores and higher potions here, as well as some TMs. I probably don't want Hidden Power. And I probably don't want Hyper Beam. Now, Light Screen might not be a bad idea. I already have Reflect on Espeon, but I don't actually have any Light Screen users on my team. Protect might also not be a bad TM to have, especially since this is double battles. Safeguard is alright, but I probably... Actually, Safeguard really helps for one very specific boss fight coming up, so you might want to get Safeguard just for that, but I don't think I ended up needing it. 10 Eye Potions seems about right. We don't really need max potions at this point. I like to get full heals. I find them pretty efficient for healing status. And I like to have as many revives as I can carry. So, that's all I'll be getting for now. Okay, so at this point, I'm heading to Mount Battle to spend some of my Pokecoupons, like I was saying earlier. I've got quite a lot of these, so, well, actually, just enough to afford one really decent TM, but all the TMs here are pretty good. So let's see what I end up getting. It's a tough decision, Psychic or Ice Beam. Psychic would be great for Espeon, Ice Beam is great for Suicune, I definitely don't want Double Team. In the end, I think I decided to go with Ice Beam. That's going to be quite useful against some Pokemon that we end up fighting soon, so I definitely want that before the very end of the game, but I also want Psychic before the very end of the game, so I'm going to have to come back here. Might as well try teaching some other TMs while we're here, but for now I'm going to go ahead and teach Ice Beam to Suicune. Oh yeah, who probably learned Aurora Beam off-screen at this point? Yeah, let's just go ahead and replace Aurora Beam with that. So we now have the much stronger Ice Beam. Like I said, that's going to be really helpful later. We already have enough Rain Dance users, I think. By enough, I mean only one, but still. Shame that none of my Pokemon can really learn Earthquake. Return might not be a bad idea for Entei. Let's see what else I've got. Snatch is definitely not that great. So after looking over my moves for a bit, I decided to teach Light Screen to... I could teach this to either Soul or to Kickface, but I'm not sure I really wish that Luna could learn it. I don't know why Luna can't learn it, but anyway. I ended up teaching it to Kickface. This seems kind of weird, but I'm not really using Calm Mind anyway, and if I've got a free turn where I don't need to kick something in the face, setting up Light Screen might not be a bad option. And as for Protect, who do I end up teaching that to? Let me see. Well, everyone can learn it, obviously. I think I'm teaching this for a certain Earthquake spamming fight later. I mean, it's better than Leer, I guess. Not really sure why I taught that to Dan Green, of all Pokemon. Probably should have taught that to Sol, but still. With that, I think we are finally ready. Yes, I think we are. Let's head out to Railgun Tower for real this time, and finally start exploring this place. And get used to this music while you still can. I should mention, it's not just in this area. Yeah, past me really wanted to savor this music, I think. So let's head on inside. We still get the music here, and that's a little model of some part of this place we'll be seeing later. But the main bulk of this place is zipping around on these lazy person... hi there! Hello, Afro! Yeah, let's just slowly walk away. We don't want to deal with him just yet. But yeah, as you can see, the music gets interrupted the moment that you enter the Cipher control part of this place, which is 90% of it. But anyway, this place was definitely designed with lazy people in mind. I mean, I guess it is kind of a resort for rich people, so that kind of makes sense. Anyway, we have here a healing machine, a PC, and an old man. Let's go ahead and talk to this old man. It's not really that hard of a place to get lost in. Yep, this guy was a Cipher peon in disguise, so I like to fight him first and just get him out of the way, so I don't have any trainers near the healing machine. Yeah, that's a pretty big jerk move. Oh, and you're spamming Poison type. Suddenly you're a normal evil team member. Probably would have wanted Sol for this fight, but anyway. I don't think this guy has any Shadow Pokemon. I'm pretty sure he is a completely optional fight, but wanted to fight him anyway, just because it's kind of interesting, the fact that he disguises as an old man. Pretty sure he's the only random Cipher peon in this game who does that. Yeah, definitely sending out Sol here. Don't exactly want to risk Luna getting poisoned, even though there is a healing machine right here. And unfortunately, I'm stuck with using Confusion on Kickface here. I really wish Psycho Cut existed in this gen, but sadly it does not. Sludge Bomb. If I remember right, Dustox doesn't have the best attack stats. Wow, that was really pathetic. That was way less than I thought. I thought it would be doing at least half. Well, I'm going to be hitting with special moves anyway, so that's kind of pointless. Actually, what am I saying? What was I saying earlier? Even if Psycho Cut existed in this generation, it'd still be special. There, I liked it a lot better when Medicham got Psycho Cut. Yeah, Gallade did exist in Gen 4, but I don't know, I may be one of the few people who likes Medicham more than Gallade, but never really used Gallades all that much. Gallade does get some pretty cool support moves, though, like Hypnosis and even Shadow Sneak. It's just, I don't know, it's a Pokemon that I've never really had as much success using as I really thought I would. Admittedly, the same is true for Medicham, but I just really love Medicham's sheer power. Or pure power, should I say. Anyway, this Survivor is not going to last long. This battle was pretty easy. That's what you get when you use all one type. You should take lessons from every other Cipher peon in this game who doesn't use all poison types. Yeah. This guy clearly came from Kanto or something. He thinks that members of criminal gangs have to use poison types and nothing else. Well, we at least get some money for beating him. I'll probably need to restock my... And he just vanishes entirely! Always funny when Cipher peons do that, but let's go ahead and heal. I still like the nice touch that it actually shows the type of Pokeball that the Pokemon was caught in when you're healing. I don't think any of the 2D games did that. I'm pretty sure the first games to start doing that were... the first main series games to start doing that were X and Y. But it is kind of cool to actually see the different Pokeballs that you've caught your Pokemon in. Anyway, let's keep moving. We will be back for Mirror B eventually, but I want to show, well, something else before I deal with him. So, this place is kind of a slight maze, but there really aren't that many ways you can go, and it's just, like, straight exit entrances with all of these big, long kind of cutscenes in between them. Now this guy, I'm going to cut here, because I actually failed to this guy before. Okay, so I'm back here now. Let's actually fight this guy for real. Yeah, we'll knock him out of the way, because we're apparently Garland now. We'll knock them all down. Cipher Peon Arton. And this guy's got a theme to his team. He has Ice types, Piloswine and Delibird. Now remember all the way back earlier in the game where that trainer at the end of Pyrite Colosseum had a Delibird and I was desperately hoping that it wasn't a Shadow Pokemon? Well... this one is a Shadow Pokemon. Joy. Yeah, this late in the game, they're giving us freaking Delibird. Well, at least it has moves other than Present. And at least this guy's team is very, very easy to take down with a good fighting type. So, goodbye Piloswine, you didn't get to do anything, and that's good because I want to quickly clear the field so I can focus on this Delibird and get it out of the way as soon as possible. Because, yeah. So, we have a Glalie next. Glalie is a Pokemon that's just, I don't know, kind of meh overall. It has 80 base everything, which is kind of okay sometimes, but when you've got Pokemon like Flygon that have 80 base everything except 100 base attack and speed, even Glalie's Mega is still kind of, just sort of meh. Refrigerate Explosion is really the only thing it can do. And for some reason it can learn Earthquake, but... yeah. Aha! Paralysis, that is great, I was hoping for that. Because we're in an indoor area, and Secret Power indoors usually paralyzes. Now, I'm most likely going to catch this thing on the first ball, I can just tell. Though I might have jinxed it by saying that. So, let's see. Let's see if I was right or not. Snag Ball go, and... 1, 2, 3. Delibird get... Delibird is, well, Delibird. Yeah, look at that small stat graph. Put simply, Delibird is one of the few intentional joke characters in Pokemon. Its stats are bad, its typing is bad, it has one ability that causes more harm than good, and its only move learned by level up is Present. Present randomly attacks with either 40, 80, or very rarely 120 power, but... 20% of the time, it will restore 25% of the target's HP. Yes, you can end up healing the opponents. Did I mention this is the only move that Delibird learns by level up? Yes, I did. However, unlike some other joke Pokemon like Magikarp and Unknown, Delibird can learn TMs. In fact, it was this game that taught me that Delibird can learn more than just Present. I saw this Shadow Delibird attack and I was like, ah, okay, it can do things other than Present. I never knew that before. But even though it can do things other than Present, it's still pretty bad at it. Delibird was definitely designed more with collecting and Pokedex completion in mind than actually battling. It's actually a pretty rare Pokemon in most games it appears in, so catching it here is pretty worthwhile. Just don't use it in battle unless you're deliberately challenging yourself. It's funny, Delibird gets a lot of flack by the Pokemon community, but I can't really bring myself to hate it, because Delibird, unlike a lot of other bad Pokemon, you can tell it was intentionally designed to be bad. I mean, why else would Game Freak have given it an intentionally redundant hidden ability in Gen 5, and, I'm not kidding, giving it Splash as an egg move? Yes, Splash as an egg move. I'd say Delibird is the Dan Hibiki of Pokemon, but Dan actually got pretty good in later games. You get the idea, though. And Glalie warps to the middle of the field, just in time to get kicked in the face. See, this is the true power of Grandmaster Kickface Unleashed. That fight went pretty smoothly there. You're about to see what happens when it doesn't go smoothly, so... I guess I do the failures at the end of the part, so I'll say take it away, fail channel later. So we've beaten that guy, and I'm guessing he's just going to vanish? Yep, he just vanished, so we definitely knocked him all down. We knocked him down so much that he just disappeared from existence entirely. And, of course, as a daredevil in us, we blew up an evil team hideout and fled on a motorcycle. So now we have Cipher Pion, Baylor? I don't know. Jumpluff and Sunflora. So we've got a grass-type theme to this one. Yeah, not exactly sure I want Luna here. Probably want, Dan Green. But anyway, we have another Shadow Pokemon, a Shadow Sunflora, which is at least better than Delibird. Sunflora's a Pokemon that you see a lot of people just say is terrible, but looking at its base stats, they're actually not that awful. It's still vastly outclassed by most other grass types available in this game, but, I mean, if you had no other option, it's not really, really bad. It's just kind of slightly below average, I'd say. And unfortunately, my taunt went off too late. I'm kind of okay with you gradually healing. It's at least going to make it hard for me to KO you. Oh, Jumpluff, you just sealed your doom. Now, you are going to be faster than just about everything ever. And you have Giga Drain. I think Jumpluff can only learn that by TM in this generation. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, you suddenly have TM moves. At least you're not as much of a cheater as Justy, and by having a TM move that we can't obtain, we actually can obtain that. Of course I would miss that. Okay, Paralysis here would be nice too. Nope, didn't get it. I've got to be careful of growth, because if that continues on for a bit, that Sunflora could be hitting fairly hard. Although I've forgotten whether or not it has, I was about to say Sunny Beam, Solar Beam on its starting moveset. But can I actually hit with Fire Blast, please? And I would probably want to KO that Jumpluff twice over, considering that it's Sun. Now, that Sunflora might have Chlorophyll, but it's so slow that it's probably not making a difference anyway. And that's definitely gone Jumpluff. That is one of the issues with, I was about to mention it earlier, but with Umbreon's Taunt, is that Umbreon is kind of slow, so you often don't get Taunt off before you need to. But against some slower Pokemon, in particular, there is a certain Pokemon in the final boss fight that is quite slow and has a very annoying, okay, now I'm paralyzed, and has a very annoying, oh, you do have Solar Beam. So, Solar Beam looks really cool in this game, by the way. And that was surprisingly powerful. I didn't expect a Sunflora evolving to do that much to an Umbreon. However, it does have quite a high special attack stat, so it's not really... Like I said, Sunflora is kind of... I don't know. Like, I wouldn't exactly call it an amazing Pokemon or even a good Pokemon, but it's definitely not as horrible as some people make it out to be. There are far worse options like, you know, like Delibird. Or Unknown. Or Farfetch'd. You know the drill. But anyway, though, yeah, there is a Pokemon in the final battle that Taunt can shut down quite well. Wow, that's 2 out of 3. And you just taught Giga Drain to all your Pokemon. And also, Gloom's animation's pretty great in this game. It does a jumping, spinning pirouette whenever it attacks for some reason. Oh, that's why it hit so hard against Umbreon. The special attack boosts, that's why. Of course. Yeah, probably should have remembered those. mean, I was just saying earlier that if you have Solar Beam, those growths could be dangerous, but yeah, let's try and get you off the field before you Solar Beam anyone else with all those growth boosts. 1, 2, 3. Sunflora gets. I kind of preempted my thoughts on Sunflora before I even got to the bio, but as I was saying, while Sunflora is a little disappointing as a Pokemon available this late in the game, it's not that horrible. It's designed as a very slow but powerful special attacker, and unfortunately its speed is so low that not even Chlorophyll will help it there. It's going to be going last the vast majority of the time, even in Sun. But, with both Growth and Solar Beam on its starting moveset, combined with base 105 special attack, Sunflora is actually the hardest hitting Solar Beam user available in Colosseum. So if you can survive long enough to actually use it, you'll be dishing out some pretty major damage. I mean, it's really the only thing that Sunflora can do, but it's at least an actually decent niche unlike some other Pokemon that are available. Sadly, Sunflora is another Pokemon that's caught at such a high level, they have nothing left to learn by level up. Really though, Sunflora is all about Solar Beam and not much else. It does get Sludge Bomb, admittedly, and its attack is not awful, but you're better off just spamming Solar Beam. It also starts out with Ingrain, which is not a move that very many Pokemon available in this game can learn. While in effect, Ingrain heals you every turn, however, it prevents you from switching. Which is probably a bad idea on a Pokemon as slow and fragile as Sunflora. Now, if you chose Bayleaf all the way back at the beginning of the game, Sunflora probably won't be much use to you. But with the only other available grass type in this game being Jumpluff, which, let's be honest, is kind of bad as an attacker, Sunflora at least has a bit of a niche. Though it does come a bit too late to be considered for most people's teams. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And that wasn't too bad either, but that's still only a 50-50 hit rate with Fire Blast. Again, explains why I don't use it that often in competitive. So that wasn't a terrible fight, apart from Luna getting obliterated by Solar Beam. And you're gonna vanish from existence too, aren't you? Yeah, you're gone. So, let's see what they were guarding. Well, yeah, I don't think we'll actually need to heal just yet. I'll be healing at the end of this part, but hey, it's a dead end. What are we gonna find at this... Oh, hi, Venus. Yeah, let's, again, just walk away slowly. We'll deal with you later. You can probably see what the gimmick is here, and why I said in the Iron fight that you'll have another chance to snag Raikou if you miss it. Because, yeah, we've got a boss rush coming up here, a Mega Man-style boss rush of having to refight a lot of the earlier trainers. This door here is locked. In order to get through, we need 4 items. Huh. 4 items that we need, and 4 Cipher admins. Huh, I wonder what we need to do here. Yeah, it should be pretty obvious. So we need red, green, blue, and yellow slots. Oh no, plot twist, Cipher were Gen 1ers all along! Yeah, not really. That was probably just a coincidence. And we have yet another dead end here. This one leads to, yep, it's Iron. So, we can kind of figure where Dakim was. He must have been opposite from where Mirror B was earlier. So, I'm going to head back, and next time we'll be fighting Dakim and Mirror B's refights. I think I'll be doing 2 refights per video. I could technically do them all in one video, but that might be a little excessive when it comes to boss fights. Also, I'll just say this right now, Venus took a while. Because Venus's rematch team is very annoying. Really, really annoying. She's not quite Justy levels of annoying, but she's almost there. So, let's head back to the healing machine and the PC, and like I said, I'll be seeing you back here for rematches. Yeah, this place really isn't that complicated. I don't really know why, the guy said that we'd be confused by the layout here. So, I'll see you next time. So, here was my failed attempt at fighting Cipher P on Arton. It's been a while since I actually failed to snag a Shadow Pokemon, but I failed this Delibird snag big time. You'll see. Well, Kickface is going to be a decent matchup here, starting out. And, of course, that Delibird is a Shadow Pokemon. But, you know, what you're really interested in to see is just how I failed to catch that Delibird. You probably know why. But, yeah, Delibird is a pretty pathetic Pokemon, so it's not hard to knock it out accidentally. It's also not hard to knock out Ice types when you're a Metachamp. Next is Glalie, which should also probably fall to a high jump kick. Oh no. Really? Who are you attracting? Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I hope it wasn't Kickface. I really hope it wasn't Kickface, because now I only have a 50% chance of destroying that Glalie. Yeah, Delibird admittedly can learn moves other than Present, which is something that I didn't know when I first played Gold and Silver, because I never really tried to use TMs on it. Okay, good. Thank you for hitting through that. And Glalie goes down. And failure. So I'm down to just the Delibird. Obviously, things are going to go badly here. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use a Great Ball. Also, I love how silly Delibird looks using Fly. One. Nope. And it just suddenly goes back in the air. How it manages to fly with just flapping one flipper like that, I'll never know. For a Delibird, that was pretty impressive damage, actually. And, of course, random crit. That's how it happened. So, I've gone a while without getting a random crit. So, yeah, restarting now. Kinda surprised it took that long for another random crit to happen.